It's always great when a successful artist wants to give something back by teaching an aspiring newcomer. Well, a few weeks ago, we took you to the Clay Lady campus in Nashville. And while we were there, we met Catherine Moberg and discovered her amazing work. What's more, she's following in the footsteps of a celebrated artist we featured more than 10 years ago.
Clay is it's a wonderful material to work with.
Sylvia Hyman was a renowned ceramic artist. We profiled her several years before her passing at age 95. She had amazed countless audiences with clay sculptures that fooled the eye as well as the mind. What's more, she was known as a great teacher as well.
She was a great teacher and I was a great student, I guess, because I learned a lot from her.
Catherine Moberg was a neighbor, friend, and student of Sylvia's. Here in the studio, she carries on the Trompe O'eil tradition. For her, it's all about telling stories with simple, everyday objects. Or like this composition of Girl Scout mementos from her childhood. Or how about this composition for a fishing fan? Now, surely the tiny lures are real.
No, it all has to be clay in order to be a trompe l'oeil, a ceramic sculpture. Some people do mix media, they will include different materials, but mine is all clay.
Catherine uses both porcelain and stoneware in her work. And as for the personal traits and talents required,
it's attention to detail, and that's what I like to do. I mean, I have good eyes, I have good close-up vision, so I can do some of that fine work and enjoy doing it. It's a wonderful medium to work with because you can do so much with it, but there's also a lot of calculations that go into it because clay shrinks. So when you make something, you have to make it oversized. It's hand building and it's techniques that many of the techniques I learned from Sylvia, and then also a lot of trial and error. How can I make this? How can I do this? And just kind of think through it and give some things a try. And sometimes you have to try again.
No second tries needed for this Beatles sheet music. Using a rolled up newspaper for a mold, it'll soon be part of yet another composition. Now, Catherine doesn't have to travel too far to get clay for her works. The Mid-South's largest ceramic dealer is just across the alley. Come on. Tammy Archer is co-owner of Mid-South Ceramics.
Well, actually, the largest clay mines in the United States are on the Kentucky-Tennessee border.
She supplies artists with every conceivable tool to work with, along with dozens of clay varieties.
We sell about 250,000 pounds of Clay Lady clay a year. Every product we have starts and ends with the artists. The products that we sell, it's our priority to make sure that they are provided with the best possible thing that's available to them so that they can be successful.
Clay art pieces have to be fired at certain temperatures, and for that, she supplies kilns, both traditional and high-tech.
Things have changed somewhat, but one thing about clay is also very traditional. There are still people that the kilns and the way they fire are with wood and coal and things like that, but there are also computerized kilns that are available now. One of the new things that has also come into the market has been they are doing a lot of 3D printing with clay.
Meanwhile, back at the studio, Catherine's working on another new idea. How do you come up with ideas?
They just pop into my head. And the other day when I was thinking about how I was going to make this shirt, I missed my exit, on the freeway because I was thinking about that. So it's just something that I think about all the time.
When the shirts and ties are finished, like all of her work, it'll be hard to resist touching them. They look so real, but you know what? That's okay.
We want them to touch the pieces, because then when they touch them, they feel that it's cool clay, hardened clay. it's not a warm book, or it's not a soft hat, you know, that it's hard, and if you tap it, it'll ping.
Catherine Moberg is a ceramist with a true passion for this Trompe O'eil style of expression. Gifted with talent, blessed with having known Sylvia Hyman as friend and teacher.
And I still hear her little voice in my head, often.
Probably with praise for work well done.